I was watching the news today about the war, Russian war, and three jets go by and there's a UFO in the picture.
Inside the Russians for a short time before they exited the area. Despite the fact that the incident was not considered dangerous, the Russians followed up 6 hours later when another cargo plane and a Russian military jet flew in the same region.
Look, there it is, right there, a UFO. It don't look like no damn jet to me. That's straight up fucking UFO right there. And they didn't say one word about the no damn UFO.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us his truth, and much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work, and also to the believers scattered across the four corners of the earth, the hopeful elect, to USA, Shalom. So yeah, it's going to be a quick lesson, Lord will. It'll be edifying also to the hopeful elect, all right, regarding, the salvation, the protection that the elect will receive within these latter days, when shit really get hectic. As you see over there in Ukraine, with them duking it out with Russia, all right, there are supports of so-called UFOs or UAPs, in which we know to be the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai, over there openly showing themselves and manifesting themselves more and more. And so much of where they're doing reports on these so-called UFOs, revealing themselves, all right? And so if they're doing it over there in Ukraine, how much more over here in the United States when stuff really pops off, when there's wars in the streets, in which the hopeful elect are going to have to be protected, all right, by divine intervention from the angels. And so when we see stuff like this, all right, it's a faith booster, all right? It's a faith booster for us to understand that, the angels are going to be there, man, in a time of trouble. All right, so I want to go to this little clip I got from TikTok. And after that, we're going to get into Psalms 18th chapter, dealing with King David. And, the house of David is here today within this council. And so as the Lord protected King David, he's going to do the same for his elect. So let's get into this clip real quick, and then we'll get into the scripture.
Help Ukraine in war. And confuse WTF? Has some asking, are Ukrainians receiving heavenly help?
There's some miracle happened. It looked like some spaceship, like there was like an attack from the spaceship.
It was like a UFO or something. We've never seen anything like it. Just a brilliant flash of lightning in the sky, just taking over the whole sky.
There was some kind of a lightning was starting shooting from the sky, and like sparks were like spreading everywhere.
A group of Russian tanks were supposedly wiped out by a mystery UFO attack after the families of trapped Ukrainian soldiers prayed to God to offer their troops some help.
And so, yeah, we know that the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai are not there to help, these Edomites. Okay, so we understand that they're not praying to Yahweh Shema Shai, but you do got chariots over there that may be, destroying these tanks, as they said. So this could be true or it could not be true. All right, but let's keep playing.
And then in the morning, they discovered that the whole machinery was destroyed.
Yeah, it is bizarre.
And then the next morning, they woke up and they said all the equipment from the Russians was destroyed.
UFOs help you.
You see that? So if that's true, they're saying that the chariots came and did work on their Russian military and destroyed their tanks. And so how much more over here in America, So this is what we got to put our faith in. Now, when you go to the book of Psalm, the 18th chapter, it speaks about King David in trouble and how the Lord delivered him. So we're going to start at verse 1. So it says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Most High Yahweh by Shemel, who spake unto the Lord Yahweh the words of this song in the day that the Lord Yahweh delivered him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. All right, we understand that Saul had a hit out on King David back then. It says, and he said, I will love thee, O Lord Yahweh, by Shemel, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation, and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord Yahweh, and we know that's what was it, Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it and is safe. So verse 3 says, I will call upon the Lord Yahweh by Shemel, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. You see? And I just got done watching Elder Manat Zakba video in which he was going into this dream that he had, in which you had vamps. He had vamps that was chasing him. And every time he screamed out Yahweh by Shemel, you know, they disappeared or he escaped somehow. All right? And so this is how the Lord is going to, you know, work his miraculous works through the men calling his name in these times. So again, I will call upon that name, call upon the Lord Yahweh by Shemel, who is worthy to be praised, so shall I be saved from mine enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. So the sorrows of death compassed King David. He felt like he was in a position to where he was going to, you know, be killed. There was no way out. It says, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. All right. The sorrows of hell, the grave compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. And that word prevented goes into, in Hebrews 6:9-2-3, it says to meet, come, or be in front, confront. So we'll go with confront. So the snares of death confronted me. So it says, in my distress I called upon the Lord Yahweh by Shemel and cried unto my power. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even in his ears. So when we in the time of trouble, when all this shit is popping off, what are we going to do, man? We're going to call on Yahweh by Shemel. And guess what? If we've been walking uprightly with the Lord, then he's going to send help from on high. So 7 says, then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was wroth. All right. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils and fire out of his mouth devoured. This is speaking about concentrated beings of fire, man. Fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. It says he bowed the heavens also and came down. So he pretty much spread open, all right, the sky. So Hebrew 5:1-8-6, it says to stretch out, extend, spread out, okay? So the Lord pretty much opened up a portal, and it says, and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly. So the Lord came through to save King David on a chariot, all right? It says, yeah, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. And the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. The Lord Yahweh also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. So just imagine you being surrounded by troops and you call on the name of Yahweh by Shemel, and the earth started shaking. It started thundering. Then the clouds, you know, the sky opened up, chariots came out, and you know, fires, concentrated beings of fire came out and started destroying shit. Hailstones and coals of fire, man, come on, man. The Lord's gonna do some epic shit within these latter days for his elect. It says, yeah, he sent out his arrows and scattered them. You see that? The concentrated beings of fire. It says, yeah, he sent out his arrows and scattered them, and he shot out lightnings and discomfited them. And that's what the guy just said in that video, all right? These ships or these UFOs were shooting out lightnings, all right? It says, then the channels of waters were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered at that rebuke. So it was so damn dramatic that it sucked up the waters. It dried up the waters, okay, and destroyed pretty much the land. It says, and the foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke, O Lord Yahweh, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils. He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. So he was actually taken up, all right, out of that situation. The Lord rescued him from the hand of his enemies. 144, call of Yahweh Shai. 17, he delivered me from my strong enemy and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. So just like the Lord did this for King David, well, guess what? In those times of trouble in which Esau was going to come in like a flood with his military equipment, somebody's going to call on Yahweh Shai, and a miraculous event like this is going to happen. All right. So 18 says, they prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord Yahweh was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord Yahweh rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of my hands have he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord and have not wickedly departed from my power. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. All right. I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore, had the Lord Yahweh Shai recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of mine hands in his sight. Okay. So with the merciful, thou would show thyself merciful. With an upright man, thou would show thyself upright. So on and so forth. So you get the point. All right. King David was a man of the Most High's heart, and the Lord delivered him because he walked uprightly with the Most High. All right. And so as we are going to be snared and put into situations where it's going to seem like death is the only way out, the Lord's going to come through and work miraculous works as such. Okay. So if the angels showing themselves that much over there in Ukraine, how much more over here in Babylon the Great? All right. I mean, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get real crazy. But we expect these things to happen. So with that, Lord willing, you will edify. Until next time, I say shalom.